Natasha. I work as a program manager for transitional shelter for single moms with kids. We get to help people come from homelessness, come from domestic violence situations, comes from housing stability, and help them achieve stability, help them achieve independence on their own. We really work hard to walk alongside them and give them the tools they need in order to be successful in their own right. We work to empower everyone that we work with, and it's a really great opportunity for me as I get to watch women and families just grow in confidence, grow in their life. I get amazed all the time. We get people come into my program through referrals, through other programs, but also some of them will call me themselves, and it's really great to be able to be that person that stands up for them when you hear them calling you on the phone and they're just in tears because everything is falling apart, or they're a victim of some sort of circumstance, and I'm able to just be like, no, come on in, the door's open, and they're able to come in and move on from whatever situation they were in to something better. And that's the best part, is that it's always something better than where they came from. And I'm really hoping that we'll be able to make this program grow more and more, and so that way we'll be able to help a larger community of women and children, and we'll be able to be that resource for everyone, like a light on a hill.
When we talk about programs, statistics, always comes to my mind the stories, what's behind the program, what's behind the courage for those that serving to keep going, because it's not easy. It's not easy. We all know how we have to go above and beyond to make things happen. But those stories from real life, that's what sticks to us through years and years. And when I think about a story that really impactful, you can't select one or two because there's so many of them. Mm-hmm. But when we think specifically what you can relate to, for me to see a family going from some obstacles that led to homelessness and then back to thriving and going and giving back to the community. Some people will not understand how expensive homelessness is. Mm-hmm. And saying if you just were $200 short to pay rent, well, it's not a big deal. People actually get evicted over that. Mm-hmm. And it leads to homelessness when you exhaust and burn bridges with all the families and friends that there's so much they can help with, and then you have no choices. And then you go to your car, and then you stay in the car, and it's heartbreaking when there's a child. Mm-hmm. And it's so expensive to live in a car. We know that we used to purchase things on our own, and we know that there's a fridge that we can turn to if we have a little shortage and little storage. But people living in the car, they don't have the luxury to turn to the fridge or save a meal from yesterday to eat today, because there's no microwave, there's no fridge, and they have to purchase everything. Because I had questions asking, well, when someone working, another myth that people that don't have homes, they just unemployed and they don't work, they don't want to work. They do work. We've seen so many families and individuals that actually have full-time jobs, and they manage for a certain period of time to take care of themselves and maintain employment. But a certain level is becoming so difficult. We had a family, a couple with 2-year-old child. The child had disability, and surviving on the street with the child in the car, and the child had a little walker, 2-year-old. How do you manage your life? How do you just keep going. Without support, it's not going to go well. But with appropriate support and understanding, we can put people back into homes really quickly. First of all, we want to provide shelter so they have a decent place to sleep and maintain employment, because many people losing jobs while they're becoming homeless, and the next step is they're losing employment, because you cannot maintain employment and be on time every day. So to prevent that from happening, we'll have shelters. And then we have another meaningful program to support families with children and individuals to find permanent solution, support with rental assistance, because even if you're employed, it takes 3 adults these days to pay rent. And especially when you need to pay moving costs, double deposit, because you don't have perfect rental history. You have to pay double deposit first and last month's rent, and all the moving costs that you facing is $8,000. How a homeless person who lives in a car and maybe even works 2 jobs
Gonna make that come.
collects $8,000 to move in on their own into permanent housing? Is that realistic? That's why we need help with the programs and shelters to support. And then we'll see a great result. And then we read these success stories and we have tears in our eyes because we know we're part of the solution. We know it happened. It's a community solution. It's a community support.